Hi, Laura Ashley Abraham here, one of the Michigan Medium Angels. Welcome back. This is the energy forecast video for beginning of March until mid-March. So what I'm going to do is pull some cards and give you an overview of what you can expect for the next couple weeks. Right now, there is a lot going on energetically, and I am seeing this across the board. This is actually something I've never seen before. So I've been really excited to do this video because I'm hoping that it's going to help you, because I know a lot of people are really struggling and trying to kind of figure out what is happening or what is going on. A lot of people set the intention for the beginning of the year, really looking forward to things kind of smoothing out a little bit, or maybe things being a little bit easier. And I'm finding that a lot of people are experiencing way more challenging experiences than they thought that they were going to be. So if that is you, you are not alone. You're not doing anything wrong. It is really the energy for right now moving us into this new space. And when I say that, what I'm being shown and what my guides are showing me is energetically, we are creating this new life. It's like we're, 2020, and now like here we're in 2023, but it's like we're creating this new space and this new life, and we're actually creating a foundation. So this year is like almost like the beginning of sort of like a new decade versus 2020. Even though we went through a lot and there was a lot that happened, right now it's like we are creating this space, or creating this, again, foundation of where do we want to go now? What is it that we want to experience? And what do we want to really manifest and bring into our lives moving forward from this point? So a lot of major changes, a lot of, wow, I really have to do X, Y, and Z, or do things that I haven't been wanting to do in the past. And that's kind of the energy, or like really making major life decisions and major life changes at this point. And what I want to tell you is if you don't know what you want to do right now, if you don't really have clarity on that yet, then just pause. Don't do anything until you really figure that out. And you can ask your angels and guides for more clarity. But if you don't have the direction yet, just keep asking, because you will get direction. It's just not the right timing yet. And if you do have the direction and it still feels like you don't have that solid foundation, don't worry, because what is happening is helping you to be able to create that. So I'm going to pull some cards. I'm going to go ahead and do this because I don't want this to be too long, but I really wanted to address what is happening and what is going on, because there's major decisions that need to be made right now that are going to affect your future. And I don't want that to scare you, but it's like you really do need to make the decisions that are going to be best for you moving forward from this point. This is like I said, I've never seen this before. This is a major crossroads for you in your life and all of us across the board. So the decisions that you make now are very, very important about how your future is going to unfold. And these few weeks, I know, like, March 3rd was like a portal, kind of like opening up new territory, but it's for abundance. I mean, it's really for your highest and greatest good. And what does that look like to you? And how can you manifest your best potential? So if you're holding yourself back still out of fear, or if you're not making some changes that need to be made, things are not going to get easier. So that's what I'm talking about. You really need to look at, what do I need to change? What do I need to do? If there's something you need to say, if there's something you need to address with someone, if you need to start making a decision about, going in a new direction, career wise, it doesn't mean that everything's going to need to be made, like all the changes are going to happen at once. This is about really starting to hone in and focus on, where do I want to put my energy and my attention for my future from this point moving forward? Because you don't want to stay stuck. And a lot of us, you may have been feeling stuck. Right now, Connie and I were we're doing our Manifesting Success and Prosperity Master Course right now, and we are midway through that, actually a little bit past that. So if you are in that course, just wanted to reiterate, don't push, to move forward. Take it at your own pace. You are not behind. A lot of people have been experiencing that energy too, where they're feeling like, they need to really stop and absorb the modules, or stop and absorb what's going on in life too. So don't push yourself. If that's you, just take it at your own pace. You can go back, you can go forward, and try to make sure that you join us for the Q&As, because that's where, you can ask questions, but you're also going to be hearing everybody else's things that are happening too. And that's always beneficial, or listen to the replay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards, and let's see what they bring forward. Like, this is, again, for the next 2 weeks, but this to me feels more of sort of like your guide stepping forward and saying, okay, you know what, you've really got to make some decisions here, and you've really got to look at what is it that you want for your future, and to stop holding yourself back. Again, whether that's verbally speaking your truth, whether that is making some changes in your life that need to be made. This is really a pivotal time, and it's very important that you step up to the plate, and that you have the strength and courage that you need to do this, to make these changes, and don't hold yourself back out of fear, because I'll tell you, if you do that, your lessons are going to be way tougher down the road. I'm seeing this for everybody. So, really think this through, and decide, take your time, but figure out, what is it that I need to do that's going to move me forward in the direction where I want to go, instead of doing things that you've done in the past, where maybe you weren't speaking your truth. Maybe you weren't showing up in a way that you wanted to show up for yourself or for your family, or in life in general, something was holding you back. This is now the time to release those chains. I just saw like chains. Release those chains, and really allow yourself to step forward and be free. Stop holding yourself back from that potential, from that future potential of what it is that you really want to experience. And now is the time to really do that, and to be honest with yourself. So the cards that I pulled, the first card is the Four of Swords. And this is where you have been exhausted, tired, really stressed out, just like overworked, had way too much going on in your life. Feeling like this overwhelmed, feeling like I can't handle everything. I can't get it all done, going. So you want to make sure that you, again, are taking the self inventory, looking at, what is working and what isn't working, and what do I need to change for my own well-being. Because if you give too much to everybody else and you're not giving enough to yourself, you're going to be depleted. And that's what this card represents. So it's in the past position, but it's still affecting you right now, that feeling depleted. We have the Page of Pentacles is next. And this represents like the beginning of something new. This is about opportunity. This is about abundance. This is about, grounding. This could be connected with a new job opportunity, or wanting to bring in more abundance. It's, you putting your focus and your attention on the possibility of more money, or, allowing yourself to put yourself into a position of, yes, that is something that I want. It's kind of like, I'm thinking about, this is what I want to do. It's a beginning type of a card. It can also represent a younger person, where you may have to, where a younger person, like a teenager or somebody is getting a job, college. This could be connected with that as well, where you're thinking about that potential of either going back to school yourself, or your kids going to school, or having to contribute in some way financially to a younger person. But this represents money coming in for that. And again, it can be a new opportunity for you in your life in some way, for a job opportunity. Now, then the center card that I pulled is the High Priestess, and this is about your intuition. This is about, to me, this is always about balance as well. And it's about really tuning into the energy, like the flow of what's happening, what is going on in your life, and really being aware of like more of this, like more of the flow of being open to receiving, so sometimes you have a time when you are more intuitive sometimes, and you're getting more intuitive information. This is really about tuning into that. This is the center card. So it's like, you really need to be listening to your intuition. Other people may be telling you what to do or telling you what they think you should be doing. And this is about, nope, you listen to yourself, listen to your own intuition, and follow that guidance. The next card is the Four of Cups, which is feeling like, I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling, like I don't really have a lot to look forward to. Some type of a loss is represented by this card, but it's also about focusing on the negative as well. And it's very important for you to get yourself out of focusing on the negative and start to really see the possibilities that are around you. This is a kind of feeling sorry for yourself type of a card, but it can also represent children, or worrying about children, or focusing on the negative aspects of your children. So you really want to shift that and stop seeing what is going wrong and start to look at, they have their own life purposes. We can only guide our kids. We cannot learn their lessons for them. Be a support, be a loving support, be a guide for them. And this can also represent your own inner child too. You feeling like you didn't have something, that you wanted, or you're trying to fill that void. Your inner child is looking for more joy, some type of an outlet, like a fun thing to do. And maybe you don't know what to do. Your inner child is kind of like, feeling neglected, I just heard. So you want to really pay attention to your intuition, really tuning in, and what is my intuition telling me about this? What do I need to do for my inner child? What's going to bring me more joy? What's going to bring me more happiness? Maybe even looking into, they're showing me looking into some type of activities with friends, getting yourself like out of this rut. That's what this card represents. And then the next card is the Seven of Pentacles, but this card is reversed. So this is you feeling like you have, been working on creating some type of a financial goal. You've been planting seeds, but it doesn't feel like you have, your harvest hasn't really come to fruition yet. So this, because it's reversed. So upright, it represents you planted your seeds, you're waiting for your harvest to come in, but when it's reversed, it feels like you don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. So this is, again, what I'm being shown here too, is telling you to really stop focusing on the negative parts of what isn't working and start focusing on what is working. You have the ability to change this situation. And the Two of Pentacles is about balance. I'm hearing ebb and flow. I keep hearing it throughout this whole reading, ebb and flow, giving and receiving, being open to receiving, being open to giving. Sometimes there's a time where you're giving more. And then sometimes there's a time where you want to be really making sure that you are receiving and you're being open to receiving. And what you want to do right now is really tune into your intuition, not letting the fear guide you, but listening to what is going to make me happy overall, what is going to bring in more joy, what is going to bring in more opportunity. Sometimes you need to get out of your own way and you need to go help somebody else. That can always, shift your energy too. That can really show you a new perspective, because I'm hearing that as well. So you may want to go help a friend out, may want to, be helping your kids, but you don't want to neglect yourself. And you also don't want to be filling that space, that open space where you're like, oh, I have to think about this right now. I have to focus on what do I want? And then you go fill that with things that don't serve you, and you're ignoring your needs, and you're not really making decisions for yourself. Because this is a time of reflection, of really, you have the opportunity to create more abundance. You have the opportunity right now to really be creating a new pathway, creating a new future for yourself where you potentially really haven't had this opportunity before. So look at this as a way, okay, if I could do something that I really wanted to do, what would it be? If I could create something, if I could have something, a relationship, a new job, a new home, what would that look like? And then you want to just start to think about the steps that you would take, small steps, not big steps, but small steps, and maybe even write those things down. What would be the first step toward that goal? To not overwhelm yourself, but to start to move or to shift in that direction. And again, if you don't know what that is, ask your guides, help me to really get clarity on this. Go within, take some time, for the message or that answer to come to you. You don't have to push that. I know I've been doing that myself as well. And I have really had to take a step back. And that's what I've been doing for a while. And I'm not making any decisions until I know and I have clarity that feels like the right decision for me. So I don't mind getting advice and, hearing what other people have to say, but it's very important, for me to feel like it's the right decision for me. And that's what they're saying for you. So take your time, don't push anything, don't rush it, but you also want to be very, conscientious as well about how other people are making decisions. So they just flash this in. There may be people around you who you feel are making decisions that you don't agree with, or you have a different opinion. It's okay for you to share your thoughts, but you're not in their shoes and they need to learn their own lessons. So it's very important for you to take a step back and start to focus on you instead of trying to change somebody else. Offer the opinions, offer your loving guidance, loving support, but don't try to change somebody because they need to go through their own experiences. Take this time and go within and focus on what you need to do. What do you need to look at? What have you been avoiding? What do you need to do that's going to really give you more clarity about what is ultimately going to bring more happiness and joy into your life? So take some time to really think about that, because like I said, this is a major crossroads right now for everybody across the board, and releasing things that no longer serve you, being open, being accepting, not doing, I know some of us, it's really hard too, because it's like, well, I feel like everything's changing. I feel like I'm losing things. I'm afraid of change and I don't know what to do going forward. That's okay. Those are all normal feelings, to experience, but you don't want to be blocking your prosperity and your flow. You're open, being open to giving and receiving. You don't want to block that. You want to have that be this continual flow, which is the Two of Pentacles, which is the overall Two of Pentacles. This is about balance. So making sure you're balancing things, making sure you're taking care of yourself and you're listening, really truly tuning into your own guidance system, and what is really going to bring you overall some balance right now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull a card from the Hidden Realms, the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm, because I really like this deck, because a lot of times it'll reveal something that has been hidden or something that you need to know. So let's see. Okay, I'm hearing to pull another card too. Interesting. Oh, that's funny. All right. So the first card is the Sisters of the Seasons. So this is about cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. This is about seasons. This is about letting things be what they are for right now. Trying not to change everything. Don't get in your own way. Trying to really see a perspective, a clearer perspective. You may be not seeing things necessarily clearly, and you may need to just take a step back and really do a self-evaluation, self-reflection. And then why is this situation, or what is it about this situation that's triggering me? Why is it triggering me? Why am I getting so upset about this? Really take time to do some inventory. Like I said, self-inventory. Then the next card is the River Queen, which is flow, let go, and natural movement. So that really sums up everything. You want to be in the flow. You don't want to be going against it. You don't want to be creating resistance and forcing things to happen. This is not a time to force things to happen. Let things come to you. Allow yourself to align with abundance. Allow yourself to get clarity about what it is you want so that you can attract that. And you don't want to be pushing. You want to be allowing, letting that flow into your life, letting things ebb and flow. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling, stressed and frustrated, journal, write some things down, get those things out, and start to really look at what can I do right now, and what would be a step forward in the direction of what it is that I want to do, or what I'm looking to do. Or again, having a conversation with somebody, what would be something that you could say that, that could kind of start that whole conversation moving in the right direction. And you don't have to have all the answers. It's like, if there is somebody in your life that is triggering you, it's okay for you to take a step back. It's okay for you to pause and think about, I don't really know how I want to go forward with this. You don't need to know. You can just take your time and be reflective until you do have the information, and until you really feel like you can move forward. And if, like I said, if there's somebody else that is making decisions, or if there's someone or a situation that you feel like is going to affect you based on their decisions, you always have control over you. You can decide or choose how much that's going to impact and affect you or not. All right. And I'm going to pull one more card. This is going to be from the Sword of Light deck, which I love, with Archangel Michael. You can also ask Archangel Michael for healing, and Archangel Raphael for healing, and Archangel Michael for protection. Archangel Michael does all of the above, healing and protection. So let's see, what do we want to know right now? Okay, perfect. And this was another theme too that I kept hearing, was playing, like having fun. It is time to play. Okay. This card represents something that is definitely needed in your life right now. Instead of feeling that struggle, instead of focusing on the things that aren't working, take some time to play, take some time to have fun. Find those activities that, bring you joy. Spend time with your, some kids or children, or tune into your inner child and figure out what would make your inner child happy. What types of things could bring you joy right now? It's time to play. You're working too hard and you're worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. I went and met a friend this past week for lunch, and it was so much fun. It was so great, so maybe you want to reach out to somebody and, get back into, having fun, seeing your friends, doing something that is going to, bring in fun, bring in joy. And instead of you feeling like you're stuck and you don't have any options, or whatever the case may be. So make sure that you make time for fun. And it could be, with your pets, it could be, with family members, with friends, whatever it is. Try to include that or incorporate that in right now, within the next couple of weeks, because that's also going to give you clarity too. Anytime you're doing something fun, it raises your vibration and it gives you a new perspective on life too. And it'll lighten things up. And that's really what we need right now. That's what you need. That's what cards are saying. So listen to the advice. Hopefully you'll follow that. And if you feel like it, go ahead and comment. Let me know how this energy forecast has helped you. I will do another one in the next couple of weeks. And again, everybody that's in our master course, we're so excited, and thank you for being, in the course and everything. And, Connie and I were here to answer any questions. So if you need anything, let us know, reach out to us. And then also, if you are looking, if you're struggling right now and you're having a hard time with things that are going on, reach out to me, and I can do a reading for you. We can do coaching. I do a lot of different things versus not just doing mediumship readings. So I do a lot of coaching, getting to the root of things. So if you are interested and if you are needing more guidance right now, I'm here. I'm available. All right. So have a great rest of your day, and sending you lots of love. Have a good couple of weeks, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. All right. Take care.